So this video today was inspired by someone who made a comment on my YouTube page, and I wanted to say thank you for that. Today we're going to speak about forgiving ourselves for the things we do not know. You see, it is unfortunate that majority of people don't have the standard of education that is desirable. And that is due to society or just not having the funds as parents to give your child the best education. And unfortunately, even in schools, we're not taught how to use critical thinking to solve a lot of problems. Now, educational intelligence is one thing, but when it comes to street smarts, it is also as necessary. The things you go through in life form the person you are today. And all I want to say is learn to forgive yourself for the things you do not know. You see, the brain is a very funny thing and it is capable of learning new things every second of the day. But it can only learn as much as you feed it. So when you see people reacting a certain kind of way or acting out of character or just being straight douches, you kind of feel sorry for them because that's all they know. And this is one of the main reasons I try not to block people off my page. You know, when they come at me dirty, I look at it like they just don't know. A lot of people say I don't put emotions first when I address certain issues. And I promise you, I had to learn to be that way. Now, growing up, I didn't have all the information I needed. Yes, I have my degrees and all that. But there's so much to learn in this life, and I just didn't have access to information. And even if the internet is a place where you can Google anything, you can research anything, you also have to be mindful of what you're ingesting. For some reason, your brain knows what is right and what is wrong to be able to differentiate between what serves you and what doesn't. But again, I can't blame myself for the things I didn't know. Also, in my 20s, I had a lot of people, and even in my 30s, I had a lot of people make fun of me like, oh my God, you don't know that? And the truth is, at first, I would be shy about it, like, oh my God, Wendy, why don't you know this? And why aren't you vast in all topics? And I had to forgive myself because I'm not going to feel guilty for what I do not know. And then I turned it around. Every time someone spoke to me about a topic I did not know, instead of shying away from the conversation, I would, with the most enthusiasm, ask, oh my God, I didn't know that. And even if they were shocked, they became excited to teach me because I was genuinely curious. I made a deal with myself long time ago. I want to be the ultimate best self. I want to be the best version of myself every day. And yes, I will make a lot of mistakes. And yes, sometimes I will act out of emotions because it reaches a point that the brain just says, F it. But I will always strive to be the better version of myself. And that is why with my full chest I can say I have always entered rooms and I made people smile and genuinely happy because I knew how to comport myself. Few years back, I deleted every single blog channel on my page. Anything that had to do with gossip because I realized I was feeding my mind with information that wasn't needed for my brain or for my personal growth. I learned how to surround myself with people that were better than me in many sense because I genuinely wanted to work and perfect myself. And you cannot perfect yourself when you stick around people that are at your level or below your level. I got friends from all different sectors of life just to see how they function, how they think, how they deal with pressure. And ultimately, all this helped me in the long run. When people comment, oh my God, you're brilliant, blah, 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 I'm like, you have no idea how many brilliant women are out there or how many brilliant men are out there. But unfortunately, majority of them are not really on social media. They're too busy making changes in their lives. So yes, it is hard to come across those kind of pages. And the sad part is that a lot of people would rather ingest garbage than ingest something that would actually bring growth to their lives. So again, I say, forgive yourself for the things you do not know, but make it a new habit to unlearn all the nonsense you know and make it a habit to start educating yourself on the person you want to become. Take a pic off the internet of a lifestyle or a specific person that you admire. Instead of looking at them from a jealous point of view, look at them as golden. Learn their patterns, learn the way they are, and see how you can merge that in your existence. Two people can't be the same, but it would shock you how amazing you are if you just let your mind explore just a little bit more. And let me tell you something, when the youth start thinking in this direction and start trying to perfect themselves, we would be completely unstoppable. Our leaders know exactly, they don't even bother anymore because they feel like we're so divided and most people are uneducated and most people do not know how to use their critical thinking, and they bank on that every single day. They bank on our ignorance. But you see, little by little, we could all change the way we feel. We can change our mindset. We could serve a new generation of intelligent people, because we already are. We just haven't tapped into it yet. And imagine when all the hate is reduced to 30%, let's say, because right now it's at 120, and we bring all the top big minds together and we plan the way we want to see our Nigeria. Trust me, we would be unstoppable. But they always bank on the division. They bank on our ignorance and they focus on where we lack. I am very grateful for where I am today. But I promise you, I am not even 60% of the woman I would want to be. And that is not for anyone to fix. That is for me to work on myself continuously. That is for me to expand my horizon. That is for me and only me to educate myself. That is for me to use critical thinking. No one can make me who I want to be. Only I have the power to do that. I'm not saying everyone should change today, but we all owe it to ourselves to become the best version of ourselves. I always say, if it pops in your head that you can be a great person, then you can become that person, because you were meant to be that person. And greatness doesn't only come from your finances. That's just one aspect of it. Your mind is richer than anything anyone can ever give. So, it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow. But when you think of your future, think of yourself in the highest light and start making the changes you want to see in yourself. The bigger you dream, the more positive you keep your energy, the bigger you become. And it's all up to you. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful day. I'm just leaving this here for anyone who is interested. Just try to see, and I promise you the conversations will be so much sweeter. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day and stay blessed. Why is this shadow? Okay, hold on. You see, no matter how I stay, the shadow follows. All right. Bye, guys.